a lot of the flex duelists are using that Sky in an aggressive flash form for initiation. So what does Sick have to offer for the KO?
The trend really has been in North American scene to see a lot of the secondary duelists start flexing into Sky or KO. Sky's been the more popular option, I would say, but certainly we have seen some KO out there elsewhere in the region, so not too big of a shocker. So you're going to see Rise looking to step to the plate here. Look for this B attack early in the pistol. They've already found a pick on the Sick. That's going to put a lot of stress now on that.
The knife did come out. You thought for a moment it was going to stall Rise out a
Oh,
little bit further because there was just no way to initiate on in, but able to find the crossing picks, and then Shanks finds one beyond it. Neptune taking away some space through the mid, able to get a regrowth off. That's going to get Shanks nice and healthy for a moment, while Poised able to get the spike planted. So the retake will be now 3v5, and with TENZ only on 12 HP, you don't feel great about Sentinel's chances to get in.
No, not at all. This is a very nice barrage from Rise early on at B, getting some nice clean opening picks. No real retaliation from Sentinels.
Oh my god.
And this is going to be a very tough retake.
He's not shaking sleep to me.
Eric also playing through B main, able to find one.
Oh, was he
so
lurking?
going to turn to see if he can maybe isolate. TENZ is still not really a part of the picture as of yet. Just keep backing away. Bait zombs into a very vulnerable position. TENZ, what can you find? Ooh, not much. A lot of damage, but cannot confirm the kill. So,
Thank you, TNT Man, for the 4 months. What was the score of the first game? 13-3 for Sentinels.
Rise is able to at least get one here on the opening pistol.
Indeed, they are. That is nice job there, Shanks. Big hat trick round, and again, just being.
We can take it out of sub-only mode. I think it's okay now.
And I'm happy to see this because look,
I think we should
even
be
though
okay.
Rise got battered by Sentinels there on Breeze, they are a team that
Thank you,
throughout
Gunai, for the
stage
sub.
3's
And thank you,
qualification
Buckley,
process
for the
were
sub.
impressive, man.
Yeah,
they were able
really
to, you know, pick up some pieces that had kind of been slipping through the cracks from some of the other top 10 teams in the region, like a
Welcome
Shanks,
back,
like a Supamen, kind of bring them all underneath one roof. You know, figure out the roles, you know, get, you know, Neptune back onto kind of that secondary duelist kind of flex position, with Superman coming in to be the controller, and with Poise being there to be the sentinel, and everything just seems to fit. They seem to be a team that, when they're comfortable, when they're able to kind of get their footing, they are a team that tactically is, you know, pretty sound.
I may not be
so
sub 2, but I think it's best if you put it into sub mode. It's okay. It's not too bad.
Here we go.
Thank you, Blocker, for the sub.
Here.
Yeah, but this is a sentry turret bait. Big shout to the Obs team for pointing this one out. Dapr's gonna wait for the sentry turret to do information, and then boom, boom,
oh my god, he's a turret swinger, chat. He's a turret swinger. Oh no.
It will be 4v4. Of course, Rise will have full clearance to get onto the B site, like you mentioned, but they're.
You guys know what I think about turret swingers.
So the Aldrin will be spent. It looks like as they do get clearance, Neptune will plant.
Yeah, smokes out on the back halls and on market positions, so Sentinels have
Shroud's chat is so toxic, so I'm back here.
They do have
Welcome back.
Another shorty on TENZ that he could maybe dash in with and try to cause a little bit of a ruckus, but other than that, it's mostly just basic pistols here.
Bolt to be denied. Neptune, he stares also with it, and all the kills are so clean. You want flawless rounds, nearly able to secure a second one here. Outside of just Poise, going 1 for 1. That's one of those situations that you really don't.
Chat, it's okay. They didn't fully buy. Don't worry about it.
So,
we're good. We're good.
Speaking, after the 1 for 1 trade, Rise flawless.
Yeah, the only hope there for Sentinels is that somehow TENZ gets a 1v1.
Dude, Shroud's chat is so mad. It's funny. Wait, what are they mad about?
Picks up a weapon, then all of a sudden, you know, you're back in the mix because you're able to kind of multi-prong retake back into B with a little bit of weaponry. But when he goes down, that was pretty much their last chance. Rise able to hold on nicely. Now they're in the bonus. We're seeing the full buyout from Sentinels, and
how SEN is bad.
See a little bit of A lobby control early on here from Rise.
Oh, they're mad that Sentinels is winning?
The Killjoy utility though, right inside the front door of B main. Sentry turret is down offensively for Rise.
Sentinels won surprisingly.
Oh. Watching to see if he can maybe find anyone on the cross. He's going to have help too. That's the big key here for Sentinels.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. They're definitely having like a mid-centric defense here. This is going to allow them for quicker rotations.
Have you ever been to Germany? I have not.
Well, as well as keeping tabs.
They're calling.
Mid-round
they're literally calling jcstani lost 1 round and they're shit.
Don't really know what's going
Talking
on.
Tyson.
Having to play a lot more passive there due to.
Oh my god,
why? Towards middle. Now all of a sudden Aldrin is going to spot that one player mid, but just the one. Stars start going down on B, so they're going to attack B. There's a heavy defense in place for this, man.
Yeah, there sure is. And oh boy, here comes the full-on flood. No one's going to get through the nanostorms, realistically speaking. Dapr even tallying a kill with this utility. As 2 more
guys, look! Tyson's actually on Phantom this time.
The Rise just flooding into the site were just immediately quelled by the fact that you have so much Killjoy utility here.
Not to mention basically 4 defenders in place by the time the
for once
underway. Just, you know, again, having that very
TENZ playing like me out there.
Allowed them to very quickly
James.
into a B-side stack. Yeah, they had the vulnerability at A, but they had some
Stop lying.
Covered a bit. Make a play for retake if they felt like they needed
Thank
to.
you, Jade.
So it wasn't really a gamble, but it was definitely a calculated stack, and it winds up being very fruitful for Sentinels here, battling against the bonus of Rise, but now Rise will be onto their own full buy coming into this next round. This will be our first kind of real test for both teams on the scent to see where things stand.
Wait, James, I'm coming to LA on the 22nd. We should go grab lunch.
For Rise, you know, again, just kind of looking at their previous results, yeah, it's a bit of a mixed
Or
bag. As you
dinner,
mentioned, a
doesn't
couple
really
of the
matter.
losses, they
We can go
couldn't even
Tyson
find double
and
digits, but with the
hang
one thing that
out.
we kept mentioning, even in some of those losses, is their offensive half. They've shown
I don't think
some
his
very
sister's a
ability
gifted
and
sub to Blackbeard.
flexibility, but they need to find a way to put Sentinel on the back foot, and while Sig was able to get away, the 0-point knife did come through to make sure that there was
Yes, Tyson can come, obviously.
So him finding first blood, Zombs
Oh,
there to
wow.
help dapr as well. Oh man, it's just anytime that Rise starts to chase
James,
ground, Sentinels are so quick.
you only
to
want to hang out with
rotate,
Tyson,
they take
right?
away almost instantaneously.
Oh my god, really? Crouching around the
Yeah,
corner
you
like
were
that?
seeing Rise kind of faint that they were going to go for the A or by sending the Spy Flash through.
James,
and,
what?
Just, you know,
Thanks, man.
now using
And thank you,
their
Russell, for
mid-smoke, that
the
was like
2
a more
months.
shallow
And thank you,
mid-smoke,
Luca,
but
for
using it
the
to
3
get some
months.
catwalk
And
access,
thank
so
you,
I think
King,
the
for
problem
the
is
time.
that Sick is here, basically gets the intel immediately how many members are
It's
on
okay,
there
James.
with this knife, and they're able to kind of just double up with this street defense and be able just to trade very, very efficiently. You can see that there was never a time Rise were getting a 1v1 in that situation.
Wait,
It was
Des, where do you
a nice little
live?
staggered stance from Sentinels ready to play off of one another, making trading very difficult. And they're able to tie this game up very quickly and put Rise onto the upgraded pistols. The one
Oh,
Spectre.
jeez,
on
I'm gonna
post.
be
Standing ahead.
San Diego.
Similar defensive setup as far as the utility is concerned for Sentinels, but once more, you're going to get dapr moving aggressive with B main and TENZ with the operator. No problem with taking aggressive peek. Poised 1v1. Still wants it, even though the sentry turret was there, plus the spam.
Wait,
from
was it not
Shazam.
Jermaine?
So, an easy follow-up elimination. Supa's able to find not just one, but two. Impressive from his POV, you have to imagine. But dapr does respond to the trade. We have a 3v2 situation. Shanks goes the knife to Dave's back over towards A, but not able to convert.
I think you
And
wrote
it's
for the
just now
sub.
down to Derek, who was in the Aldrone flight, never able to really follow up on a trade.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, just maybe, if Shank's able to get the dagger off there onto Zombs inside A site, they could break through, get a spike plant, maybe have a chance at battling back in that round, but when Shanks gets shut down, that pretty much seals the deal. Also, a big catch from dapr to get that kill
You
out and
think
kind of make up for
This
the
guy's
missing
name
share
is
of frags, but, you know,
Jermaine.
make sure the numbers were typically always favoring Sentinels throughout that round. As
It's
you know,
James.
we'll see Rise bought back up, and once again, it is
Kyle.
kind of open up default here. They're looking to put pressure on both
It's-
lobby areas at the same time. Just try to maybe threaten orb control and
Jermaine is like,
try to, you know,
somebody called him
nice,
Jermaine and it just
comfortable,
stuck with
slow
him.
opening.
Thank you, I'm lacking for the $10. Every
Different
stream
setup
is
though
very big
defensively
deal.
for
Just
dapr,
want to let you
moving
know I
all of his
appreciate the
utility over
entertainment.
towards tree
Good luck
this
with
time.
school and
So,
keep up the good work.
again, this is one of the things that we kind of came to know from Sentinels when they were playing this map, is the flexibility to go back and forth between the sites is very
Thank you,
fluid.
Fish, for
And it's again
assisting.
going to force Rise to have to read this and respond. That's the big key. It's still Sentinels on the initiative, even though they're on the defensive side.
It also lets them stack A with more personnel and feel safe doing it when you have this much
Feels
utility
like a
in place from Asteroid
Bartholomew.
Killjoy to
I
stall,
agree,
do
honestly.
damage, and kind of give them a foothold back into A side if they're going to need it later on.
Barthol-
The only thing they don't know is what's going on at middle. That's kind of forcing Sick to play a little bit more passively and defending.
Oh
spots.
no!
Down
Oh, no.
low on market and back calls, but they don't know about TENZ in the back.
Sam also misses the blade for coming through, trying to stay alive as TENZ, working for spaces. He did find one of the operators. Quickly rotating over is going to be Sick, but even Shazam will fall. So now it is onto the shoulders of Sick. He's been revealed. Neptune wants the fight. And help
Woo!
Oh
the
no.
angle, and lines them both up on
No,
field.
it's Zombs too?
Versus Zombs.
Sheesh, Chad, take a look at that.
Missing the shot, but you thought maybe a chance for Rise to get in, but Sentinel still just bend but not break.
Yeah, it's just not detecting
Easy
TENZ
for
playing that
us.
position under market. I mean, just the
That
drone
was so
doesn't
good.
check that direction, so he's able to get his kill, no problem. And then this right here, you cannot let Sick do this to you. You know he's there. You've got to figure out a more efficient way of that approach. Maybe if you trade 1-for-1, things are still okay, but with allowing Sick to double up like that, as well as TENZ getting a freebie, again, it's just like little details that are being overlooked that are haunting Rise in some of these rounds.
Oh, Sick is going to take over mid-map. 0 point, able to allow him forward. Does get a hit main as Poised was nearby. dappr's also pushing through B main. So all of a sudden, you forced Rise to have to commit to A, which they're happy to do. I mean, they're already
Nice.
Sick is taking care of the back. That'll allow him a chance now to flank. The spike does get planted, so Rise, you need to respond. And honestly speaking, if you can get this weapon from Sick, maybe there is a chance to still hold this post-plant situation. But it is if you can find the kill on the Sick, and there it is. Neptune also in the same breath able to find one at a dapr. So the numbers are 3v3, and it's actually Sentinels that has to respond forward as the Hunter's Fury comes to delay the retake.
Oh, what? He for sure.
Yeah, it's a big kill from Neptune as well, up tree position. So the favorable situation for Sentinels
What?
is now whittled away by Rise, who are playing very intelligently in this small number situation. They're able to now entrench with the 3-on-1.
Wait.
TENZ. He's able to pick up a Phantom here. He's got some health to play with, but he doesn't have the time and not even able to find the exit. And honestly, man, I cannot believe Sentinels fumbled the ball there. They had the superior firepower. They had the deep flanks. They had the initial kill onto Poised, so they had a quick 5-on-4 despite going down at A. They had such great positioning. It was just kind of weird to see basically Sick just peek into A lobby, not using any utility to do so, and then also just
Kyedae, get onto Tyson's computer.
Like, just a couple little
That's
thorns
fucked up.
That was very uncharacteristic of them. But
Okay,
also
my head
props to Rise for being crafty and finding a way to the finish line to keep this game close.
Yeah, credit where credit is due for sure.
I would've won that.
From Rise, knowing that, hey, we've got nothing over the middle that we can do, nothing towards B. Let's just full commit into A. They do get themselves set up and they do take advantage of the weapons. And Rise now looking to stay aggressive. Gravity Well will allow a chance to find Sick, and then TENZ maybe a bit of an over-aggressive challenge gets punished by Shanks. So now a 5-on-3 early for Rise's offense.
You know me, I would've won that.
Now I'm starting to wonder if this round and what we saw last round is going to finally force Sentinels to kind of sit back and respect Rise. Yeah, you had your boy with them on freeze, and yeah, you had a couple of good opening gun rounds in this map, but now they're getting a little bit careless in some of these rounds. You feel like you know, that secondary peak from TENZ. Yes, he's an incredible player, perhaps the best in the world, but when you have a high-low waiting for you to make that play, you're likely going to get traded, you know, best case scenario. So I feel like I wouldn't say Sentinels will come off the gas pedal yet, but it's just a couple of rounds to get a little bit careless. And then Rise, again, we talked about this already. They are still a very capable team. They're very tactically sound.
Bestie, you literally just got 13-3'd in Breeze. Don't start that right now.
Be prepared to seize those opportunities.
Dude.
And
maybe if you actually win the map.
Able to get those initial picks pretty early on, follow it up nicely, and they're able to keep themselves out ahead.
Good stuff from Rise here in the last couple of rounds. I think it is a little bit of them penalizing.
Why are you mad, Omegalo?
I'm
I'm mad? Wait, what?
We'll see how things kind of adapt and fare. Sentinels still trying to keep the aggression on. Things may have to change here as you do have just a Spectre and a Bulldog into 2 of your 5 members' hands. TENZ still does have the Operator, though, so that investment still one that needs to be calculated and assessed from Rise's POV as far as what they want to do to try to mitigate it. And how about TENZ? Speaking of, still staying aggressive. He's already taken away all of B main.
Yeah, that's big because it allows more flexibility for them to stack this A side of the map. They're going to be able to owl drone out middle to make sure that no deep mid control is being taken right now by Rise. They even spot Derek. They're at the top of middle. So they're getting a little bit of intel here. As we were seeing that Rise was trying to play that more shallow smoke and use that to threaten tree position. Problem is that there's a lot of Killjoy and Asher utility ready for that very type of play, and you can see Rise are sitting back.
Why are your fans IQ so low?
Aggressive here,
it's not, those aren't my fans.
Not. Sentinels have certainly shown that track record throughout this series. And so it's understandable that you'd see Rise be a little bit cautious, but now they're going to have to start committing here. It looks like they are already setting up for an A set piece, but again, there's already 3 defenders in place and a lot of
sub only. Here we go, chat.
Or the nullify. He's actually going to commit to getting on towards site. Defending lockdown will come out. Rise will have to back away. This is going to put a lot of pressure on them timing-wise. There's only 35 seconds on the clock.
Yep. They have to hope that Shanks is able to get this penetrating flank through defending spawn to help re-unlock A. Now they have their own lockdown they can place now in the late round as well. So that's going to help them get some space on site, and then it's going to come down to Shanks again.
Headshot.
Oh, Shanks does find one of them. Looking for a second. That'd be big. Wants to chase down Sick, who will run away over towards the safety of where the Killjoy was positioned with all the utility. dapr getting tested, and Poised will find the next elimination. But Zombs firing back. 6 seconds on the clock. Spike will be planted, no problem. But it's a 4v3.
You Durgundy
with this cosmic divide down, it's really on the Sentinels to make the next move. And all 3 members stacked up towards heaven. 0 point will
I don't get why it's so difficult to be nice.
Also have the ability
I don't know.
potentially try to fight this back from Rise, as you can see a counter recon bolt be placed. But now it's up to Sentinels. Have to get on, have to test this. Superman in the corner.
Oh my god. That was
able to find one isolated. Also gets to read that everybody is up top here. And oh boy, it doesn't look like Sentinels are really going to have a chance at this. Already backing away from the fight to Sick.
Yeah, this is one of the main confident wins we've seen out of Rise in this
follow.
series. I'm not trying to short them, but
Sky's
this round
so OP.
really was truly theirs. It wasn't
I think he's
Sickles making
silent
a
for some.
mistake or anything like that. They fought hard for that round. They earned every single inch of it. Being able to play out the timing so perfectly that round shift, being able to, you know, force the lockdown out of Sentinels to reinforce that A site, leaving themselves enough time.
He really
thereafter
did that
to plant
just so
their own
Tyson could
lockdown
get
and
his
secure site for themselves,
as
as well
well.
as have
That's sweet.
Shanks finding a great timing with that deep middle push to cut off the
you know
initial
Ksha for the
rotation and cause such a
performance.
disturbance in the back
And
line
I am a dog for
of
this one.
Sentinels. That was such a well-designed round. and
guy,
that is
Sick.
more the
Good
Rise
guy.
I'm used to seeing
Sick
throughout
is a
Stage
homie, I
3.
agree.
A team that can throw these feints, throw these, you know, fakes, and just, you know, really calculate their utility usage to a T to make sure they get the most out of it. And that was a really well-designed round, and they deserve the lead.
Thank you, Malcolm X, for
You kind of feel like that 1v1 for Shanks on the cross may have just determined the entire outcome in the first place as well, because you don't find that kill, all of a sudden Sentinels can maybe fights back still, even though there was still that offensive lockdown place. But regardless of that point, we get into round number 10. Rise currently up 5-4. And they will have the ability to bring an operator to the table of their own, but as we saw Sick escape,
Kai for
did
this
find
one.
one
I think
elimination
Aiden
and
for
then
this one.
drops the op back for 10. So still ability for double
Also-
snipers to be in play.
Also have the null command available here on Sick as well to maybe shut down an attack or set up a retake. Neptune is going to get darted here. Sick was trying to maybe take advantage. He doesn't want to overcommit, though. He knows that he could still get hit by B-Link or top middle. He's able to get the kill, but yeah, there's Derek right there on the link to get the trade. So that's going to favor Rise a bit because they get a 4-on-4 and they start getting some
Why did
deeper
Chaz keep
access
playing
over
Odin?
towards tree
Because
position.
Odin and Silva
Also, while
is
maintaining presence at
perfect
middle.
marriage.
We're going to send the owl drone for
Everything
as well
in wall
to
bangable.
kind of get some intel
Tag him and
and
just wall bang.
threaten maybe an even deeper middle push.
I think
All
Asuna
the while
lover for
bringing the
this.
spike around over towards A lobby.
Hi,
To go ahead and go for that set piece. I'll just have to try to battle through the Astra utility.
I think you
Rotation
jam
from
for this
dapr
as well.
though, so
Yeah.
there could be a decent defense in place.
Sub
for
chat's
that
actually
side.
nice.
And with Neptune down, Shanks has to pull out the blades. He's the only
Yeah, I
single
agree.
power that is actually here for Rise, and Zombs at the final one. Not bad to trade. Shazam playing from the corner, able to take down the final two. Just
cool.
down now to Derek 1v3. Not a lot of time to make this
Thank you
play
for
happen,
calling
and
for
a
the
lot
team,
of
so
ground that
thank
needs
you.
to be traversed.
Ubu
And yeah,
for
it
the
does
fan.
seem like Sentinels have a pretty good idea on where Derek previously was and where he probably was coming back from. So yeah, honestly speaking, the 1-for-1 trade, you hate to lose Sick because of the nullify that he has, but to take down Neptune, that's all of the engaging power that Rise have if they want to execute. There's no flashes left.
You're
Yeah, that
the
is
first
very
news
true.
on my
A
prime.
very
Thanks,
key
Mike.
piece
That's
did
so
go
sweet.
off the table there. It did force the daggers out of Shanks and around where he may not have wanted to have to use them. And, you know, so much
Did he
credit
pay
has
me
to be
out for
given to
the
Zombs
sauce?
for buying the time that he did, getting the one kill he needed to help slow down that attack and allow for Shazam to find an opportunity through switch position and get that double kill. And so that's going to tie things right back up here.
Chat, I get my iPad today. I'm so excited. I get my iPad Pro.
3-0.
Thank you.
All right, other way around.
And guess what?
0 point
The
from
reason why I
Sick.
got it?
Just
To watch
allow for a chance
anime.
to get this angle. First peek.
Nice,
Sees
Tyson.
one back to a mighty goodness. Shazam also
Oh,
across
no.
the middle of the map, trying to get the Hunter's Fury to play, but Neptune finds the trade. Rise
And
still
also,
not gonna
chat,
commit
when
here to A.
Valorant Mobile comes
A
out,
lot
I'm
of time to
gonna
play with.
go
They're
pro
happy
in
to
that
take the
game.
4v4 from here on out as
I got the
nullify was spent for Sick.
13.9-inch
Make sure Sentinels could
iPad.
rotate if they needed to.
I am gonna be the
This
best.
kind of slows
Ever.
everything down
12.9,
for a
not
second here.
13.9,
Matchup
12.9.
We're usually going to favor the attacking side. It forces the defense to take
And thank
a
you,
little bit more
Fugly,
risk,
for the sub.
you know, stack a little bit
Yeah,
more,
120
over-rotate a
hertz
bit
on the
more,
iPad
fight down on
too. Better than
pressure.
the iMac.
And they are
MacBook,
putting a lot of
whatever.
trust, of course, in dapr,
iMac,
just kind of
what the hell am
anchor
I
this
saying?
inside so they can kind of reinforce A, which is the right choice. Fortunately for them, as it does look like that's indeed what they're going to be looking for. I think the interesting thing will be what Derek is able to do with this mid lurk.
Yeah.
And how that's going to
Spike drops.
impact, you know, maybe cutting off Dapper's rotation.
Yeah, I got the
getting in
keyboard
back
case and everything
lines,
already.
Creating pressure and making it a little bit
Might as well
easier
sell
for
your
them to take
PC.
it by teammates.
Wait, just a sec, I'll show you.
I say just back off.
30
I'll be right back.
The thing is they have no info on B lobby, so this is going to be hard with such little time left.
25
Did he
seconds
get
to
fake?
0 point. Did find information on the 2. Seekers coming out. Sentinels, they already have defense members here. They can just keep trusting the fact that dapr can hold B by themselves. But Derek's working through mid-map. The sentry turret has
Let's
seen
go,
this. 12
Tyson.
seconds on the clock. Isn't even enough time
10
to
seconds
allow
left.
this spike to get into the site. Dapr just needs to find the one kill, and the round's just going to be over. And
Nice.
Poised has to
Spike down,
sprint
B.
for it. Dapr with the kill. There's not enough time to play. You've got to win this.
Nice.
They killed themselves, but a
One
flash comes
enemy
out.
remaining.
Dapr finds the second.
Good shit.
And, ooh, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of that round is just kind of
Last
nullified by the
round
fact
in
that
the
Sick
half.
gets a late 0 point, reads the play, and rides back away.
Yeah, that's part of it, and I think that it was just Rise needed to do that maybe 5 seconds sooner than they did. I think that this was actually
I got
a pretty
the
well-designed
second
fake. When it's all said and
generation
done, like, they get the
iPad
perfect vibe
pen
down, they're able to put the pressure with the
soul or
Seekers. Like,
whatever.
they're definitely forcing
Drink
Sentinels
water.
to bite on that, respect it, and really put the pressure on dapr to solo
And I got the magic
But
keyboard
when,
for my
you know,
iPad.
Derek gets caught out in the middle, essentially, and he has to take down the
Listen.
turret from outside market.
And
then
chat,
because
isn't it
it's being such
crazy
little time left, yeah, it
how
comes down to
these
1-1
three
point.
dots right here is what connects the
Again, I think if they
iPad
would've
to
ran
this
that play
whole
just a few
thing?
seconds earlier,
Like, look at
it would've been a
this.
different story.
It just magnetically
familiar,
connects,
though.
and then it
Sick
type,
gets
type,
freed
type.
up mid-map.
I'm
And there
so
to make sure he can get there, but there will be
excited.
no flank this time. Rise gonna have to fully commit to
And
getting
thank
over towards
you,
A.
Stanley,
They should
for
be
the 3
pretty aware that
months.
they have lost mid-map. Aldrin coming through late. How much information will this see? Sir seems like a bunch.
Not that crazy? Crazy to me,
Grabbing all
because
these
I don't
specs.
think I could
Shank's still able to
ever...
push forward. Relyks
do
able
that.
to find first blood. Also Sick detained. Another player is also there detained as well. So Rise will have full vacancy to get onto A and hopefully get a plant down sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I mean, they get a really strong 5-on-4 first plant now thanks to the
Can you
lockdown.
draw? Not
Plus
really.
Players being
No.
detained along the way. Also,
Which piece
big
of hair in my
picks
eye
early
hurts.
on, and yeah, they're just locking this one up, it seems.
Very positive for them. Sick can't do too much. Last player left alive is dapr. The 1v5 finds the first. Not necessarily as clean as you're probably going to need.
Ooh.
Shock Dart will not finish the job. Superman's going to get there first. And a 6-6 half. And
Yeah.
what a chess game it was here, Dust.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, you could say a couple of Rise's
And
wins
thank
came down
you,
to Sentinels maybe being a
Distributor,
little
for
bit
2
over
months.
eagle and
Thank
over aggressive, but there was
you,
like 2 or 3 rounds that were Rise
and
really
thank you,
well
Keller,
designed.
Keller
Some nice
set
like
for the
feints and
subs.
set pieces to get
you,
themselves some
Stanley
success.
Buckle
And,
for the 3
you know, that
months.
round, for instance, was really
What's your
well
current
designed. They got
favorite
a very
anime?
good entry on the zones to kind of
At the
ensure
moment,
round.
Tyson and I are
And even the
finishing
previous round, they lost. It
watching
was just because they were a
Assassination
little too
Classroom.
late.
I
It
really
was
want
still
to
a good
finish the
thought.
second
They just
season
didn't
of
execute
Fruits
it fast
Basket,
enough.
because I have
So
not done that
definitely
yet.
looking a lot more comfortable
I'm
here on the
really,
set
really,
as compared to
really
Breeze. It definitely looked like a more worthy challenger for
excited.
Sentinel. So we'll see if it keeps up or not, but not before a short break.
Yep. Koro Sensei. Do not spoil it for me, chat. I have not finished watching it. You know what's crazy though? I already know what happens. I'm not gonna spoil it for those of you guys who haven't watched it. Do you suggest taking notes for uni? Everyone studies differently. I have to write everything down. So I write everything. And that's also another reason why I got the iPad Pro too. It's cool. I just need to see when it's gonna be coming. I'm gonna turn off my display capture so I can double check. No, this is so small. Can you make it smaller? Okay, wait a second. I need to see when my iPad's coming. Sorry, guys. Sure, for the last 30 seconds.
きっと消えない今日は言えない元通りにはもうできないあの頃に君を残したまま
And thank you, VM, for the Prime, and thank you, Jasmine, for the 2 months. Would you recommend getting an iPad for college? Yes. I did so much research, Jam, and they said that if you're like more of a note taker and you're like very, what the fuck? Oh my god, what the hell's wrong with me? You're very visual. Sorry, my brain, something's happening. iPad for college is really, really good. Yes, great for note taking, good for like visual stuff. I'm a very big like, okay, I'm very old, I'm a boomer, but I have a journal / planner so I don't miss anything, and it's basically gonna get taken up and I'm gonna use my iPad, so I'm super, super excited. So yeah, and thank you Tatus for the 3 months. And you save on paper. Exactly. 19-year-old boomer punk. But yeah, I recommend it, Jam Jam. It's a little bit on the pricier side. It's more expensive than the MacBook Air, but there's a reason. There's a lot of other things they can do. Wait, that's a good idea. Both Tyson and I going against each other for anime openings, he would win. And thank you, Momo, for the 2 months. Love your YouTube content. Keep it up. Thank you so much. And thank you, Adam, for the 2 months. Are you going to Anime Expo next year? Yeah, I am. I'm going with Tyson, Kampeki, and Asuna. And we're getting the best like VIP pass. I'm so excited. Weeb gang! True, I don't care. You know what's crazy? People in my school used to be like, oh, so you watch anime like it's something bad. Like what? Like what? It's so stupid. It makes no sense. And I was like, yeah. No, you know what's funny, chat? So I have a really funny story to tell you. So this one time I was at a party and there were like, 70 people. This was before COVID and I was in high school. And I thought it was the most lame-o party ever. So this is what I said out loud in front of everybody. I go, this party is super boring. I'm gonna go home and watch anime. And I walked away and I left. And then like 20 people followed me. They left too. I was like, I can't do this. I'm not staying here and wasting my time when I have like better things to do. Watch anime. So yeah, I had a lot of people just, I don't know. My friends used to be like, you listen to K-pop, and now they're like the biggest K-pop fans ever. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, K-pop stans are a little bit scary. Some K-pop stans are very, very scary. And you cannot tell me that is not true. That shit's scary. Same with like stans in general. Stans are scary sometimes. Not all. Watch your words. I know, I'm watching them because I'm gonna get, this clip's gonna get taken out of context. But
all of their
I love
players are here.
K-pop.
There's no killjoy
I do.
playing outside B, which can kind of be a trend, particularly on defaults. They're looking to really drone out into A lobby and we just try to pack a huge wallop early.
Yeah. Again,
I
this is a
really,
first
really
look
love
for us when it comes to
Blackpink.
Sentinels.
Blackpink
Using this
is
KO
amazing.
for sick.
Tyson and I love
0 point
Blackpink.
comes out, I'll drone to follow. Nebula's has been placed. Flash will come out. So it's going to use that to not just move forward, but also allow TENZ a chance. For the Nova Pulse able to get used. Poised finds one. Wants to find more than that. Going to use the turret as a little bit of assistance, but zombs denies and penalizes a second.
Twice?
So
Yeah.
Spike looking to get planted. Shanks is quick to try to rotate over.
Lisa's
but
my
there is a
favorite.
door in his way. And oh my goodness, Derek.
Thank you, Ligma Mill, for some.
Able to find one. Shanks now able to use this door position for a second. Dapr caught underneath, but is that actually okay for him? Able to find at least a chance to get one. Shazam able to find the elimination. Stuck backside arches and Rise off of the shock dart. Don't allow the plant to come through.
No, Sentinels were looking pretty good.
My
early
brother
on.
was
It's a
definitely
great
one
pop
of the
flash
ones that
smoke.
said
It's a
EU
great
anime
dash in
too.
from TENZ. They're getting some space. They're trading out thanks to Zombs getting
Thanks,
the pick
Last
on the
Show, for the
Raptors.
100
And
bits.
you're starting to like Sentinel's chances to get a spike plant and get things going, but this shock dart from Derek was so clutch. And not only that, but in the end, him double facing with his teammate against Shahzam and B lobby and just never allowing 1v1s to Sentinels from this point forward. I mean, this is so tough on Shahzam at that point to try to come up with something.
Do a
He's
VOD
being
with you
faced like
dancing to
that.
Blackpink songs,
Really
please?
brilliantly
Oh my
handled around
god.
there from Rise. Definitely
Then I'll
definitely
really
had
get
their
attacked.
protocols in place to retake.
Yeah,
And you know, this just speaks
that's a
to
no-go
Derek.
for
We
me.
haven't really had a lot of time to kind of talk to Tail about what this Rise team has gone through with kind of the revolving door of roster changes through the first and second stages, but Derek being brought into this team has really kind of cemented and been the glue to hold this squad together. He's been great, and now look at this. Sentinels looking to get aggressive over through tree. Again, a lot of utility dispersed on the site. 0 point will come through. Poised going to be tested here, but does have a lot of really kind of conditions in place to keep him alive, but will be sick for a trade. Supamen able to try to keep the play alive defensively. Able to find one and a second. Should know that zombs is nearby and not going to be required to find the kill as Shanks was there for the assist.
Thank you, Scuff Thor, for
Really
the 2
good job there
months.
by Supamen. He's been probably the
Do you
most
have my anime
consistent
list? I
performer on
don't.
Rise throughout the last
I should
few
make
months.
one.
You know, coming in, obviously they made the swap, Calypso and Showtime being dropped to bring in players like Supamen and like Derek. And Supamen has been one of their top performers throughout most of their series throughout this stage, and very crafty plays there with the Spectre around.
Rise is just a whole bunch of ranked
and
demons that got put into a team together, and I think they're doing well.
Putting on with their initial take onto the site. Shanks will finish things off there with the Aries, and so they will go up 8-6. They're now going to be onto their bonus round, but Sentinels should be able to pull by here. That's where things will get more interesting, as we're starting to see Rise able to go toe-to-toe right now at Sentinels as far as fragging, as far as comfortability, and just overall map fluency. So this is where I'll be interested to see what happens, as it is going to be the op coming out for Shanks, but no op in play for Sentinels.
Yeah, that's really the big heavy hit.
Oh, Derek was a pro Overwatch player? I actually had no idea.
And Rise
He lost
will
gold 3
actually
Sag. Yeah, I
maneuver
tilt
Poised over
queued
towards B to try to
and
help out for what
he
they
ranked.
feel very well may be an aggressive hit. And take a look, watch for the early pick here. Shanks is looking to get aggressive over the middle. And Nebula will make sure he doesn't
God, they
actually
already
get an
have an
angle.
op?
Sentinel's
Holy
looking
shit.
to aggress through the middle of the map with this Owl drone, and it's going to be Neptune who's going to be here first with a little bit of assistance from Poised. Need to find at least one here.
And they didn't even spot Neptune. That's a greatly timed flash for him to peek off
was
of
really
as well.
smart.
Does catch Zombs, and he's got help right there next to him as they continue to put the pressure here through Market. Neptune doubles up. How does he find that third? Maybe it's the last bullets on the magazine to discover that one.
And now the Trailblazers are coming back as they read this play 100% correctly. The spike has been dropped mid-match. Got Shanks walking across. Sentinels have to commit to playing through B main. And there's
Oh my
really no
God.
ground to work with whatsoever. And Shanks makes sure there is also no exit. Wonderfully done, and a lot of credit to Neptune for the double flash, but also just a little cheeky Trailblazer to make sure he checks B main as well. That's a beautiful display of how to play Sky.
Absolutely. Him able to basically
I
dodging
think John came fifth
the,
for the 3 months.
you know, owl drone thanks to his teammate shooting it down. He's able to perfectly time those flashes for
Sky
safety
is very
into
broken,
middle,
I agree.
denies market access. And I would love to see that third kill again, because the first couple, you know, just basically made sense off the flash. I mean,
Yeah,
that
Zachary
third
and
he was able
Corey
to
from
fit in was
FaZe also
absolutely
pro
ludicrous.
Overwatch. Yeah, I
I
knew
mean, that really put the icing on the cake of that one, and now it's going to be Sentinels back into a low buy.
Looking to make sure they
I
can
think
establish
it
some pressure
staff
through B
is
main. A couple of the star placements are here to try to keep Rise safe defensively, and still Poised is also a part of this defensive stronghold over towards B. Neptune again, looking for a counter flash, maybe looking to time this with Derek. There's the peak, does see sick, but backs away. And really nothing gained, nothing lost from either team on the early point of contact.
TENZ gets caught though, trying to make that push up middle. Thanks to Derek, who's looking to see if he's got anyone else there with him. Just getting that extra bit of information. Holding pattern still just kind of being held all across the map here by Rise. No real need to jump too much. TENZ continue to try to apply that pressure to middle, maybe try to get some market access and maybe try to help split this inside. Obviously an alarm bot will be there. He is able to shoot it down, but now they know that market is a threat. How
Neptune maybe misses the opportunity. Derek also could not keep a Poised, playing from the opposite angle to find one. Knows that there's more established pressure coming through B main, and maybe even gets caught up.
Timing.
Play correctly, so now Poised gets involved, but Shahzam!
Shahzam 3!
This would be
Get it!
in a 1v2.
You got this!
They are to work with. This is definitely doable. Also has this spike in Q, but Supa beats him to the punch on the angle.
NT!
And my goodness, Sentinels give that a really
Thank you,
tough
Starfish,
go
for the
there,
2 months, and thank you,
considering the
Stock.
fact it was just the
Stoic
pistol
for the
upgrade
Prime.
the Shahzam in the mix.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
they
that
already
was
kind
so
of showed you a little bit of what they're
close.
going to be capable of with that KO. You know, he provides something that even Phoenixes would kind of do in the past, where you can use his fragment to cover that back
I think he's
stairwell.
simply saucy
so
for
you're
the
smoking
sub.
off market, you're smoking off defensive spawn lane, and then you can get that fragment, so that really the only way that the players can defend is either playing through the smokes or just playing on site itself, and it allows you to kind of sweep through and get that, you know, extra ramp angle onto B for yourself. So I'll be curious to see if that comes into play in a later gun round, as we see a little bit more of a default opening this time.
You know what's crazy
Jake's
is
looking to get aggressive mid-map.
the
Got to look at TENZ, but it was nothing
like
but
the
that.
Sova
Just a look.
drone actually
Trailblazer
like
defensively gonna clear out
creates
B
so
main, and
much
with
space
that,
in
Jake's is
itself.
actually gonna very quickly
Do you know what I
rotate and
mean?
get an aggressive angle,
It's
watching that
insane.
early point of ingress, but Sentinel's not interested in B. Already stacking up towards tree. Poised is going to be the first one a part of this. Has a lot of utility here. Is not committed to using anybody yet. Actually, a lot of it getting deleted. He's going to back away.
Indeed he is, has to break the window as well, so that's going to give, you know, Sentinels a silent way to approach Heaven the back way if they so choose. Seekers is going to come through to try to give some defensive room back over at Tree. Boy still anchoring here behind the generator, trying to handle all the utility being lobbed his way, and he does it great. Gets a couple of big kills.
You can knife me out if you want. Does not make a difference. Poised for 3. And you can kind of see it there for a moment. We swapped his POV. He's just hugging the spike site, waiting for an opportunity to get a delayed peek, and boy, did it pan out in a beautiful way for him.
Yeah, I mean, Sentinels were making
I
some
think
good
he fapped out for
ground
2
there
months. I
initially,
think
but then they
he
just kind of get
been
held
sent
up by that
fine.
last little nano swarm that was by switch position. Try to jump into the jet smoke and get the generator that way, avoiding the use of the stairwell, but that's where Poise is ready to collect at the back of generator. So just really good use of utility there from Rise. Really well-positioned players to play off of one another, and Supamen and Poise are going to get the job done there. The brothers coming up big.
How about Poise just getting out of that position from Tree in the first place after the threat was coming through? That very well may have been the difference maker to allow him a chance to still hold defensively and get that utility into play. But Sentinels empty so far on the offense through our first 5 rounds here. And back to pistols.
And my fault. It's actually Poise and Shanks who are brothers, so I got that one a little wrong. Actually, really wrong. I can't save myself there. I did. At least I corrected myself.
That's true.
As we
I'm
are
gonna
on
order
the all
food for
sheriffs.
Tyson so he can eat a little bit if they win their
Here.
match.
Trying to just
I want him to
see if they
be
can't
full.
find a nice little pick and try to get something created. Not a whole lot to go behind it as they're just trying to walk forward.
I would cook right now, but I can't.
Shock dart, but Superman's still able to get the kill.
Now Neptune. Able to find too much, but
Oh, I'm sorry. That was funny.
Poised for 2.
That was funny.
Still staying
I don't
hot here on
care.
this defensive side is Poised. dapr, last one left alive.
Oh,
1v4
God.
would be what he's required to find here. Shoulder peek from Shanks, the secondary peek from Derek. No problem. Clean stuff here for Rise. As
Yeah,
we
Neptune
probably
pulled a
expect
straight up
defensively, but a lot of
Kyedae.
that was just simply the fact that Sentinels committed into the teeth of the defensive Rise, really.
Oh, Ty.
This is great from Rise. They're now 1 away from taking a scent and forcing us onto a 3rd map of Bond. This would have been snapping a bit of a losing streak they've kind of been having lately.
Need Jeremy for the
They've
4
lost the
months.
last 3 out of 4. They've been actually bulldozed in many of those losses, not even getting double digits. So they were coming into this looking like they were in a little bit of poor shape on Ascent in their most recent games, but as we noted, there was a little bit of a layoff for Sentinels, having only played this map once in the last year.
Chat, let's spam copium.
And we've seen what we wanted to see out of Rise, right? We've seen their craftiness, their ability to play as a team, something that we did not get to see at all on Breeze.
And beyond that, I was just about to say, we have not really been able to talk much about Sick on this KO. It really feels like his impact has been marginalized, but the same wave. He comes through, finds first blood to make me look absolutely ridiculous. Still Neptune, maybe thinking about trying to poke through this nebula. dapr is holding this position and actually does catch Poise. So the elimination comes through. Sentinels looking
Nice.
around, even TENZ. Finding Neptune just before the door shuts on the play. So Shanks, maybe, hopefully, for one,
no.
but that will be all he will commit to. TENZ wants to take the double updraft peak, but not able to find the kill. So it's just up to Derek to see maybe if he can find an exit. I largely feel like he's probably just going to spam and then very likely to back away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're very
Copium,
seeing
don't
that
stop, chat,
playing
keep
this KO
going.
on 6 still allows
Keep it.
Sentinels to play at the same pace you'd expect from a double duelist composition, where you're still able to be very fast, very explosive, very decisive. Using those stealth pop flashes, getting that extra bit of intel with the
You got
dagger, and
this.
then using that
Yeah,
to just
actually
kind of
for the
push it
2-1.
together with TENZ and look to take fights and just win them with, you know, that high-class aim we're used to seeing out of them. You know, they're a team that, you know, they talked about in that video, like, if people just think that we hold W. It is one of those
Nice,
things
Tyson.
where, well, they do. They are a very explosive
Look at us
team,
go,
as you see there,
chat! We
but
did it!
They do it with good
Good job,
utility.
chat.
Like,
We
there's
got
a
this, we got
support
this, we got
system
this.
behind those fast-paced attacks. And that's what you're seeing there. And I think the big difference maker here was we've seen them often get this tree position. It's that they haven't been able to penetrate deeper than that. They've been caught up by some of the setups on the site defensively, and they can never really get full control. This round they are able to. They're able to break through the door. They're able to get in there, get picks, and finally lock in a round.
It's actually pretty massive as well for TENZ to just get value out of taking away the operator and the Odin. Sure, it's going to be repurchased, but that is not a light buy by any stretch of the imagination. So cleaning up those last two will actually put a little bit of a hamper on how steep the economy advantage is for Rise here defensively. Derek, very early.
Oh, no.
You're able to convert onto Shazam. Beautifully found. And even
Yikes.
beyond that, you did have Shanks kind of trying
Copium
to
don't stop, chat. Copium don't stop. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Anything as the first blood's already confirmed.
Yeah, this is going to be great. Aldron's going to come out middle as well now defensively and might even be able to figure out Zombs' position. Attacking lockdown comes into play. Neptune, though, just trying to play through it. Turret, though, will probably give his position away. Has to kind of divert back over to stream room, but able to get there safely. Man gets flushed out, but he's able to kind of play in the middle of all this utility and still stand firm on the site.
Yeah, this is not bad at all. He's actually got a little bit of help as Shanks will rotate up to the top. Neptune shakes off the detainment and finds an opportunity to take down two. Not done yet. Dapr's still part of this play. He's able to find one in response, but every single bit of this hit from Sentinels has been squandered. And a lot of it is just the fact that Rise survived through the early utility play from Sentinels.
Oh boy.
Oh.
You can see dapr was hoping for a bit of a long con, but Shanks jumps over, checks it, no problem, and we are indeed going to need a map 3. A much